Hello, good afternoon. Right, so today I am taking you to a very long journey to Scotland. Scotland is part of United Kingdom, but it is independent like England, Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland. Scotland has its own currency, own banks, own internal system, only foreign affairs and defense controlled by the federal government in London. So Scotland, Edinburgh is capital of Scotland. Scotland is very beautiful. It is famous for salmon fish and for Scotch whisky, world's best Scotch whisky made in Scotland. So I am on my way. I will take motorway M6 from here, northwest England, near Manchester towards Scotland, toward north all the way. And motorway around for 100, 150, 160 miles, and then for 100 miles I will take small road A7, which is beautiful scenic route, and I will go to a village called Walkerburn, which is a very beautiful part of Scottish borders. It is full of lakes, rivers, mountains, and I'm sure you will like it. So wish me a safe journey. Let's see you there then. So I am nearly end of England now. This is this area called Lake District or called Cumbria. So this is last district before England ends, and then Scotland starts there. So I will try my best to capture a clip of Scotland and England's border, which is one of the oldest border in the world. And this area is really beautiful, all these little small mountains, and there are many lakes. There is almost lake around every mountain here, small lakes, small rivers, and then plenty of waterfalls. This is really beautiful, and the holiday makers comes here quite often. Summer will be very busy in this area, extremely busy. So I need to stop somewhere on his services. I got plenty of fuel, but I will have a little break for only a few minutes and then start my journey again. And still I got 100 miles to go. It's 100 miles, not the kilometer, so 160 kilometers. But that is off motorway. So motorway speed limit in England, as we know, is 70 miles, which is around 130 kilometers per hour. But in 20 miles time length, around 20 miles, I will leave motorway, and then there will be smaller roads between the mountains. Speed limit will be vary there from anywhere between 30 to 60 miles per hour, and the roads will be narrow, so definitely speed will be less down. So still it will take 1.5 to 2 hours to reach where I am going. I'm still waiting for a signboard for services, and this probably will be the last services before I enter in Scotland. So there you can see the signboard says Scotland, Carlisle, 16 miles. Carlisle is part of England, but this is last city before Scotland starts. So I will leave motorway around 16 miles. So I hope there is one services before that. Otherwise, I will stop somewhere in mountains and go for a call of nature, which is all right for drivers. Sometimes you have to find alleyways, or you have to find some small forests to go for a call of nature. It's not funny. This is signboard. It says services 2 miles, and it also says tiredness can kill, take a break. I'm not tired yet, but the services are 2 miles. I will have a few minutes break. No, I won't buy fuel from there because fuel prices are already very expensive. Within last 2 months, price gone up nearly 40 pence per litre. So today's price is around £1.60 per litre, which is quite expensive. And at motorway, maybe it will be £1.80 or maybe nearly £2. So I'm not going to buy from motorway. If I need it, when I will go in that town, I will buy from there. So let's see what services. I will show you the services then after 2 miles. Yeah, it says services Moto Costa break 1 mile, and then next break is 20 miles. So definitely have to take this one. So let's see, slowly coming. Yeah, I'm very closer to the services. South Wait services, half a mile, and let's see, show you services as well. And after services will be another 15 minutes when I leave motorway, and then another 1.5 hour on smaller roads. So motorway driving generally is very easy. You can speed up, but on countryside road, we call it all the roads going through farmlands, mountains, we call them countryside roads. So that's a common name for smaller roads. So that is services. Oh yeah, it's got Costa as well, and it got Mark and Spencer, Burger King, Greg's Bakers are really good. Cars only this way and trucks on that way. And it says free car parking for 2 hours. So that is another issue on services. Some people park there for a few hours and go to sleep, and later they receive a letter through the post, and that may be fine for £80 or £100 that you park there for 4 hours. Or yeah, you can pay for parking, but 2 hours are free. I'm not going to stay 2 hours, will be only a few minutes. So let's park around here and then walk to services. It's definitely very small services. I didn't expect it will be that small. Yeah, this is actually very small services. That Greg's, Costa, Burger King this way, and then welcome to Moto. That's washrooms around inside there, Starbucks, cash machines, small car parking, and that's electric chargers here. Now legally every services have to provide chargers for electric motors. So this is quite small services which have few stores, small Mark and Spencer, couple of stores for the children, some games, washrooms. This W.H. Smith is a famous bookshop, and then Burger King. There's no McDonald's here. Burger King, which I don't like, so I will go to Greg's. The Greg's bakers are usually good. Right, so little break is over. So back to journey. I just went to use their facilities and got something to eat. And now back on track. Let's see. It is quite small services, but good enough. They got everything, whatever you need. And parking for trucks or big vehicles, heavy goods vehicles, that is separate. They keep the big boys on the other side, because the big boys won't care about your car. So we're going to back to M6 again. Yeah, M6 this way, and then we are back to M6. Not yet. Yeah, here are all the big boys, all the big lorry. Yeah, they got quite big space for them. And price here for the fuel, and you can see I slow down. £1.84, £1.85 for petrol, and £1.94 for diesel. Diesel in Europe is quite around 10% more expensive than petrol. Mostly in Asian countries, diesel is a bit cheaper than petrol, but not in Europe. It's due to taxes. There is more tax on diesel than petrol. There is heavy tax on petrol as well. In UK and part of Europe, or almost every country in Europe, fuel, cigarettes and alcohol is highly taxable, especially the fuel and cigarettes. So we're back on track, because governments in Europe, they don't want people to drive use their cars for long journeys, and they don't use. In Europe, driving 100-200 miles is quite, you would say, most people won't like to drive that long. They will take a train, because train networks are very good, very efficient. In Canada, America, people can drive up to 3,000 kilometers, 4,000 kilometers, up to 5,000 kilometers, because they are very big countries, and there are no trains other than in large cities. So in there, people do drive for very long journeys, but not in Europe. In Europe, 200-mile journey considered very long. This signboard says Scotland, Glasgow 95 and Edinburgh 98 miles. Edinburgh is capital of Scotland and one of the most beautiful city in Scotland as well. In many recent surveys, Edinburgh came one of the best city to live in, and that city is in middle of 7 mountains. Very historical city, and for all historians, especially from Southeast Asia, Pakistan, India, the sword of Sultan Tipu, you can, if you want to see that is in Edinburgh Museum in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is capital, and there is Parliament as well. Scottish Parliament sits in Edinburgh, because Glasgow is the bigger city. And plenty of businesses in Scotland, which I will later say once I enter in Scotland. Then I will speak more about Scotland. It's because I am still in England. So my junction is slowly coming. This is next junction 44, Carlisle North or Galashiels. I will go through Galashiels. Galashiels is, you can say, capital of Scottish Borders district, which is one of the biggest city. Not very big, but it is biggest city or biggest town in Scottish Borders. So it's only half a mile. So I better come to left lane. So I am leaving M6 here. I'm taking A7. That says scenic borders tourist route to Edinburgh A7. Because this A7 goes all the way to Edinburgh and goes through all the mountains and lakes and rivers. So definitely it's right to call it tourist route, because many tourists will take that route, and especially over the weekend we will see so many bikers and cyclists going that way and traveling through the villages and all the towns. All the rock climbers, mountain climbers, they will go that route as well. So I left motorway now and I come to this big roundabout and I am taking A7 and hope I am in the right lane, which I am not, but I will be now. So definitely I am on A7. But it's gone red. So this is the way. Friday afternoon traffic slowly building up. Usually between 3, half 3 till 6 or 7 p.m. roads get very busy. Traffic get blocked. If any little accident on motorway, then sometime you're stuck for 2 hours or 1 hour. So I am on A7 and luckily my route is clear. There's not much traffic on my road. So now I am taking that road, which called A6, going to Hike. First town will be Hike and then next one will be Galashiels, and then after Galashiels I will go to a little village which I will later tell you. So I am on A7 now, and this is a quite nice road. So speed limit on A7 is 50 now. Yeah, that signboard for 50. And I still got nearly 70 miles to go. That's quite, I can see now the forest starting now. And it's right to call it tourist route. A7 is going well. I want this car to go somewhere, go fuck itself, so I can make a video of the clear road, but he's not letting me go. I have to speed up a little bit. I have to take a dangerous overtake, which I will avoid. So I will wait. I will give him a bit more time to go away. So I have to slow down. This is A. In UK you will see the biggest will be motorway, then there will be route called A, then will be B, so then there will be small streets which go. So this is A route. This A route usually will have speed limit of 50 or 60, or if it's a double, then if it's a dual carriageway, which we call it here, then it will be 70 miles, same speed like motorway. And the sign for speed cameras, so we have to be careful. We don't want to get caught by a speed camera and receive fine at home. This is a little village called Westlington. If you get caught speeding in anywhere in UK, in Scotland, England, anywhere, you will have 3 points, minimum 3 points on your driving license. Minimum £100 fines. The fine could be up to 1,000 or even more. Point depends on your speeding. And once you get 12 points on your license will be cancelled, and then could be suspended for 1 year or 2 years or longer. Depends on on the court, on the judge. And because driving license is very important in UK, it is part of, if driving is part of your job, you will lose your job straight away if you lose your license. So you have to be very careful. Yeah, going through this small forest between small villages, and there is caravan park and country park here as well. Camelot, it's called Camelot. Looks beautiful place to me. And then this little forest is finished. We call little forest, we call it woods in England. We call it woods. These are just woods. So these are some woods or a country park. Like in America, they call it national park. Some more little small villages, small churches. I'm just waiting for a signboard where Scotland starts and England ends. I mean the border. And if possible, I will try to stop there to make a clip for that for you guys. Alright, Scotland. Scotland was occupied, captured, conquered by King of England in around 13th, 14th centuries. And since then, this is part of United Kingdom. Those times, England used to be the power. Same thing when you hear when Britain was occupying all the way, almost half the world, like in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, even Singapore, Malaysia, Japan sometime as well. It was mostly England. Scottish only went for a couple of those attacks. Usually it used to be English who used to go there and conquer the world. So Scotland was occupied by England, King of England, and they have there was many freedom fights like Robin Hood and them. Some are legends, some are true stories. And so going through this little village, and speed limit brought down to 20 now. So in the village you have to drive really slow. And they're really beautiful, beautiful small cottages. And these cottages on my right, some must be 100, 120 years old, maybe longer. Let's see if I can spot a signboard when they were built. They're definitely more than 100 years old. And there's speed cameras on my top, 2 cameras, one for that way, one for this way. So I have to be very careful. Alright, so this village nearly end, and fuel here is 166.9, so nearly 170 pence, £1.70 per litre. So of the village is gone. So we were talking about Scotland, and then there were so many fights for Scotland because some of them, or few of them, or many of them want independence from England. There was a referendum a few years back. If in that referendum, I think 54% Scottish, they voted to stay within UK, and 46% voted to leave. And thanks God, luckily, they decided to stay with England. Otherwise, UK will be even smaller. So there are some political parties, they want the voting again, but hope that won't happen soon, because UK is not a big country anymore. And if Scotland separates, then it will be definitely a very small country. We have to overtake this van because he is definitely slowing everybody down. So that's done quite easily. And this red car, he's alright, he's speeding. So he's not driving too slow. So I'm still searching for signboard when Scotland starts. It's not far, it should be in next few miles, within next few miles. So I am right there. So I am in England. I'm going. And from this signboard, I am entering into Scotland. So this is Scotland map. Welcome to Scotland. And underneath, I think they got something in Scottish. Fell to go Alaba. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell it is. But this is definitely Scotland. Starts from here. So Scotland is part of UK. Same like England. Scotland has its own. So this is Scottish border. There is no policeman. There is a wall. There is a stone wall, small stone wall going historically. This is one of the oldest border in the world. Scotland has its own currency, its own banks, its own parliament. So Scotland, biggest, you can say, they don't have a prime minister. They have first minister. But they deal everything for Scotland themselves except foreign affair and defence. So foreign affair and defence is done by the central government in London, by the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. But rest everything, policing, education, road work, everything, even taxes, custom duties, all of them done by Scotland. But few tax, there are few federal taxes like VAT, which goes to central government or federal government. So Scotland is quite rich. And there are biggest exports from Scotland. Biggest export of Scotland is Scotch whiskey, oil, because there is a North Sea oil which Scotland produce, and around 30% of UK's consumption comes from Scotland, from North Sea oil. And tourism as well. There is highly technological industries in Scotland as well as in England as well. And farming as well. Meat and salmon fish. World's best salmon fish comes from Scotland. So it's a quite big exports from Scotland. So you can see now it's definitely more landscaping starting now. England have less mountains with compared to Scotland. Scotland almost all with small mountains and all the ups and downs and valleys, and lakes and rivers, hills. So definitely it is scenic route. Tourists definitely prefer this route instead of going by motorway all the way. It's better when you drive through these routes. So it is definitely beautiful. Quite a few villages on my way, on my route. I am going straight Galashiels. There are villages around. And you can see now I am definitely going through a beautiful valley, very beautiful, and that's a river on my side. I don't know if you can see in the video, but at some points you will see it. So definitely going through a valley, and then there is small village coming right in the middle of valley, and all these rivers have salmon and trout fish because they are freshwater rivers. They're coming from the ice, snow is melting, and they're coming from all the way from there. And yeah, that's a little village on that small river. You can see that now. That's a shame. That's a beautiful scene. I'm going through another valley. Oh, you can see I'm going through another beautiful valley and another small village. Roads are quite narrow, but because it's not heavy traffic, so you can speed up. And usually people stay within their lane, so you can speed up. It's not that dangerous. Like this car doing that. See, he definitely want to go home quickly. This is definitely a beautiful route. You can see the hills and sheeps on all. There are sheeps. That mean these are private land. These are lands of these peoples. So it's not government land, most of them. So having sheep is quite beneficial, quite highly profit, because government pay them per sheep as well. I think £35, and then they will sell the meat and wool as well, so they make good money out of it. Usually farmers in all over Europe, they are very rich. They are very rich. It's not like farming in South Asia, where farmers are the poorest or the most hardworking, but hardly earn anything. Farming in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, farmers are very rich and they earn a lot. That's beautiful valley as well. Sometimes camera doesn't show everything, but I think definitely you will see it. It is beautiful. Going through another beautiful valley, and looks like that's ambulance, and hope everybody is safe and secure. He's definitely speeding, definitely. He got somebody inside or going somewhere to help. So you can see another valley, another beautiful valley I'm going through. Traffic is building up, but it's not that much. Oh, here is another small village. Oh, probably only 2 houses. 1, 2, that's it. That's the village. No, maybe a few more houses up the hill. And then we can see another small village around there. Nice, very peaceful. Nice and peaceful. This is if you got money, or if you retired, if you got pension, buy a nice house there and live really peaceful life, very peaceful life. There will be no noise, hardly any problems. People are really lovely, very friendly. Even if you go in a shop and if you don't say good evening, hi, hello, people do mind that. People think, oh, why is he or she not saying any greetings? Even French as well. French even dislike that if you do get into a shop or store and if you do not speak with somebody. Same thing if you get into a taxi, if you don't say hi, hello, how are you, and before you leave you say thank you, take care, have a nice day. People think, oh, he's rude, or maybe he doesn't know how to speak with other peoples. Even if you're getting on a bus, you must say hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the driver. And same thing when the driver is stopping you to drop you, you say thank you very much, thank you, take care. That's normal practice. And never jump the queue, especially in UK, because the English are the one who started the queue. Even if there are two peoples, even we say if there is one Englishman, they will stay in the queue. So never jump the queue. Doesn't matter if you're getting on a bus or train or in a shopping center or anywhere. So another beautiful village called Parkdale, and the river flowing right in the middle of village on our left. So we are going through that village. Oh, that's nice house. He put all the solar panels on his roof, and there is flag for Scotland, the blue with the white cross in it. Yeah, river right on our left. It's a small river. We won't call a river back home there, but it's still, we call a river here. And into a narrow valley again. Yeah, this is, you can see the small river, but it's very nice for fishing. It's not a deep water, and you can see the salmon, but you cannot catch with net or something. If you want fishing, you have to buy a rod, you have to buy all the gear, and you need a license. You need a license from government. You can get through your post office, and usually it's around £30 every year, and only then you can fish. And 99% people, when they are fishing, they don't take fish home. They catch it, take it, see, look, take the photograph, and then throw in the water again. That's what they do. That's what the fishing is. They take it fishing as a sport. Even while going home, they will buy the fish from the market, but they will not take that fish home. It's yeah, you can take it, nothing stopping you, but people think you are greedy if you take that fish. So that's another tradition. So it's like a tradition. It's not a rule, right? So that's a big town. It's not a village. This is a big town, which I am going through now. And look, these beautiful stone houses on my right. They are all similar design. This is still town hike. And police station on my left. So going through another town center. And there is Zed Khan Grill, Uz Khan Grill, kebab, pizzas and burgers. So I don't know what, that's nice church and statue right in the middle of town. And the church on your left. And Galashiels is this way. I don't know, last time I went the other way around, but you can see the beautiful valleys here. And again, beautiful stone buildings. And all of a sudden, the clouds came and it's getting dark. So better, I will film for you rest tomorrow morning. Till then, take care. So I am only 12 miles away from my destination. There is a small village there, Walkerburn. It was built in 18th century there is a mill there. It was for workers of mill. There's a small village where I have a little work to do, and I will leave from here back home tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Depends when I finish my work. So definitely, Galashiels on my left, and definitely we're not going to Edinburgh, I'm going to Galashiels. Through Galashiels, I'm going to a village called Walkerburn. So this is one of the biggest towns here in Borders district, which called Galashiels. So Galashiels is a train station as well. It is beautiful, right in the middle of valley. There are rivers everywhere, houses, some posh, some rich peoples. And funny thing, some people will feel a thing is funny. In England, especially in UK, the village properties in villages are more expensive than cities. In villages, properties are sometimes 50% or even sometimes double with compared to cities. Cities are expensive too. They're cheaper, but villages are more expensive. So not like other part of the world where rich people want to live in cities and villages are only for the middle class and hardworking. No, it's rich people, they want to live in villages, and working class, rich people live in a city as well, but most people they prefer to live in a village than a city. Yeah, and so more stone buildings. Some people will think the houses all looks like same. So how you find your own house? It is difficult to find. They all look same. you can see the driving here, people have a lot of patience. They will stop, they will wait for others to go first. And if you make a mistake, nobody will beep, they will or use horn, they will even let you go first.